Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? And welcome to CraftStash Live. I hope you're having a wonderful week. It's still mild here in the UK for November, especially considering we're getting towards the middle of November as well, nearly. I just said in the UK because I've already seen straight off on YouTube the two first people that commented. Well, Pooja is in Ireland. I'm not sure whereabouts in Ireland, so you could be UK either way. And Laura from Missouri. Welcome to you two, and welcome to everybody. I can see you on Facebook as well. We've got Joe, we've got Lynn there as well. Beverly, hello to you. Hello to Christine too. Lots of Lynns. We do have 2 or 3 Lynns watch every single week, so I probably say hello to you all. Oh, and hello to Sue as well. We are doing a brand new live launch again today. We have live launches almost every Friday and sometimes on Wednesdays as well. So do make notes in your diary. Now, this week we have got giveaways. I've got a live giveaway, and then I've also got another giveaway for you to go ahead and enter afterwards if you are not our live winner. And if you're catching up with this now and you're watching it and this was actually on a few days ago, you probably still have time to go and enter for the not live competition. Details of that a little bit later. Now we are looking at Card Making Magic, a beautiful collection as always. I've got the lovely Christina Griffiths with me, who we'll come to in just a moment. I'll just do this housekeeping first of all. Hello to Christine Thompson and Alison Williams. How are you? Jackie Drake too. Good afternoon to everybody. Alison is in Cape Town, a hot and sunny day. Now it's mild, but it's not sunny. I'd love a little bit of warm weather just to warm the house up again. It's starting to feel like I want to put the heating on now here. Just got to that time of year. Now, we have got items here all available individually. Some of them are as low as $14.99. Now, when you see the size of these dies and the intricacy and the delicacy, you are going to absolutely fall in love with these. And $14.99 for the amount you get in there is amazing. Now, when you're spending over £40 on the new Elegant Nestables collection, you will then at checkout get the option to put a free gift, a free Card Making Magic gift, into your basket. There's actually 2 to choose from. So if you're thinking, well, actually, I want to bump my order up a little bit more, I might be spending £80–90, I would personally be doing it in 2 orders so that you can maybe opt for both gifts. Just a little tip there, perhaps. Obviously, if you are going over £40, you're automatically going to qualify for your free UK delivery because that's over £30. And you're also then going to be able to spread the cost with ClearPay if you want to. Obviously, be aware of all of your other monthly payments that you have coming out. That's actually a fortnightly payment. So you get your 4 payments done within 2 months. Your items come out with the first payment. Another option for you. Hello Rena, how are you? Angela, looking forward to seeing your demos. It's Christina's demos today. And hello to Gemma, she's joined us too. Hi Gemma. Right, we need to go and see the lady herself. Christina is waiting in the wings. Good. Are you laughing there? Good afternoon,
I'm laughing at the lady title.
You are a lady. You're very good.
Not.
You are an elegant lady. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Good, good. Lovely to have you here again. It seems like not that long ago we were here,
I know,
a few weeks ago.
A meeting like this.
I know. It's the only way we get to meet, isn't it, at the moment? We're so far away from each other. But this is all for a good cause. So we have another fantastic Card Making Magic collection. Would you like to tell us all about it? You know it more than anyone else.
Well, can I just say that when I first started making cards, I threw everything at them. I put all sorts on them. And that's where the title Flowers, Ribbons and Pearls came from, the blog. Right. And then over the years, I've had to, obviously with commissions and magazines and things, I've had to try different styles. With this collection, I feel as if I'm right back to my roots. I've added flowers and ribbons and pearls, and I've made them as pretty and as lacy as I can. And I absolutely love this collection.
It is very you, very, very. When I think of Christina, I think of Card Making Magic. I do think of all of this elegant, the delicacy and the intricacy that you've included in these dies. So they are, as the name suggests, nesting dies.
Yes, they are.
You wouldn't immediately realise they're nesting dies, I suppose. When you see them, you're going to understand why. And I will show everybody in a moment. But I think they're an essential, really, Christina, aren't they?
They are, if you like to make lacy kinds of cards.
Yeah,
because one because there's everything in one set, doesn't mean you can't mix and match. You can. I'm trying to find something that I've mixed and matched with. Like, this is an A5.
Beautiful.
And that's a DL. You can mix the two together,
Yeah.
and I've mixed the two together in that one.
Beautiful. Love
So
that.
although they work very well on their own, they will work in combination with each other, and they'll also work with all the box sets that have been brought out, as well as other dies in other collections.
Yes, they do actually state on the back which box set these will match with, which is brilliant. Yes. I know many people have been following Card Making Magic for many years. We'll have a lot of these box sets and card envelope sets and all of this. So yeah, you can really mix and match and start building on your stash. We've seen a couple of your cards. What I think we'll do is we will come and have a look at the product. We'll watch one of your beautiful demos, and then we'll come back to you and have a look at some more of the cards that you've got there. We'll look at those in detail because they are stunning.
Okay.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Christine. We'll be back with you in just a moment. I know you enjoy watching your own demo, so sit back and have a cuppa.
I do. Love it.
We'll see you in a minute.
The sound of my voice.
Nobody likes the sound of their voice, so you're not alone. Lovely. Awesome. See you in a moment.
Okay.
So we have got here 8 different shapes, so you're actually being spoilt with the shapes, and as Christina said, these are really going to mix them beautifully. In fact, there's a perfect example just here where Christina has used the 5x7 base there, and she's put on top the ovals. Now we'll come to that in just a moment. Now I have to apologise because the sun has literally come out as I went live. Isn't that typical? I did say it hadn't been sunny, so I didn't bother putting anything here to stop the sunlight coming through, and it's now sunny, so never mind. Right, shall we start? I think important to start with, first of all, this shape, and this is quite an unusual shape. Now this is the A2 from the Elegant Nestables collection. Now A2 is much smaller. It's kind of, in the UK, it's almost the equivalent of A6. So if you imagine a letter size, an American letter size piece of paper folded into 4, that's what A2 is. And it's quite a common card size over in the States and probably elsewhere around the world as well. But in the UK, we don't tend to use it much, but I think it's absolutely beautiful. I really, really love it as a size. And of course, we do have many, many people purchasing Card Making Magic from all around the world. So Christina has kind of worked on that for you and for your smaller card sizes. I just love it. I think it's perfect for scrapbooking and mini albums as well. So you've got this one. Now this has the outer dies. It also has an inner die. In fact, if I just open this up for you, I'm not going to do this with every single one, but just to give you an idea of all the different dies you're getting. So when you see on the front the different combinations, you've got the outer frame. Now that actually cuts out with a solid inside. So as you can see with this pale purple block there. But then when you use the perfectly sized outline die, you can cut the center out, which will give you that darker frame. And then you've got the same with this one, and so on and so forth, as you work your way down, all the way down into the smaller dies. So whether you want to make the really large dies that the shape suggests, or you can go right down to really small labels and things and use those elsewhere on your cards too. So that's your A2. This one, I think so far has been the favourite, and it's the octagons. Now, it's not an obvious octagon. The centre is, but the outside's more almost doily-like, which is beautiful. Teresa says she's in the US and 5x7 is her favourite. Isn't that funny? I think maybe it's more because you can't get it as much. We really like, I think that's certainly the thing with me. I can't get A2 very easily in the UK usually, so that's maybe why it's my favourite. So let's have a look at some of these octagons. Now you can see the size of them. Look at the lace, look at the delicacy. It is stunning. The dies are absolutely beautiful. They cut so well. There's some embossing in the background here as well, but just that ivory, honestly, Christine, that ivory on the pale pink is so beautiful. I love that you've used here just, I think this is one of your favourites as well. You did say to me a little while ago. These are mostly cards that Christina have made. I've made a couple in here as well, but mostly Christina's here. So Christina's just used the smaller, I was going to say hexagons, but they're not, smaller octagons there as well to make this card, which is really beautiful. I just think it's such an easy card to make, and certainly not a shape that you would immediately think of with octagons. And here's one that I created last week there, using those octagons as an easel card. So just incorporating a simple circle die, a circle nesting die that I had in my stash, just to create the base there for that. So that is the octagons. I'm going to whiz through these because we've got demos to come up. Now we've got two long card shapes as well, or die shapes. We've got the slimline and the DL. Now DL is more common, certainly again in the UK. So DL is really popular. But slimline over the past 12 months has been kind of creeping in more and more. And it is just a slimmer, taller version of the DL. So DL is double length, so that's your A4 width, but half the, hang on, let me see this. The length is the width of an A4 piece of paper. And the width of that is then half of the length. Yeah, don't worry about that description. You know what DL is. I just completely messed that up, didn't I? But yeah, slimline is really contemporary, really modern, but very, very elegant as well. Now let's look at each of these separately. Let's get these right. So this is your slimline. So pretty, absolutely beautiful. I just think that's gorgeous. It's so simple when you break it down and see, actually, Christina's just used her nesting dies there. A couple of different colours. She's got a silver matted behind the white, beautiful blue, and then a sentiment over the top. And then this one, she's used the same colours. She's used it in portrait rather than landscape. She's actually taken the centre, so one of the smaller nesting dies, and cut that in half, and then added it at the ends with a gap in the middle, which is a really lovely way. You could pop maybe some eyelets or some holes in this and thread through it, almost sort of corset-like, if you see what I mean. You know, there's lots of different options. I've got so many ideas. When I look at Christina's cards, they are so what's the word? Influential. It'll come to me. It's a word I use all day long, every day. Honestly, it's ridiculous. And I've just forgotten it. Inspirational. There we go. There's the word. Not influential. Inspirational. So then we've got, again, this is the DL, so slightly wider than the slimline. We've got a horizontal and a vertical, just stunning. That looks perfect for a new baby girl to me. Wedding, anniversary. Yeah, everyone's saying versatile. Yeah, thank you, Lynn. Everyone's coming in with words now. Hello to Anne, hello to Rena, hello to Amanda as well from a wet Spain. Oh, I'm sorry it's wet. I bet it's humid when it's wet there. And then this one, this is actually incorporating, I don't know if you caught it, this was the last launch we did, was Creative Cuts, and Christina had the lovely heart and circle rosettes. So just incorporating that onto a card and using that gorgeous DL as a card base, so cutting two of those and gluing them together. Now let's come down to the circles. Now the circles I've not actually got a finished card for, but what I have got is some pieces that I've cut ready to make a card, if that helps. So the circles, again, you've got 8 different dies in there, and the combinations are just absolutely endless. Look, this is similar to the octagon, obviously a circle, not an octagon, but the frame is slightly less deep with the detail. So that might be your preference. Maybe you want something with slightly less detail. So you can see that there with the solid centre. You then have the die that you can cut out. Let's put that the right way around. There we go. You can cut out from the centre and you would get that look. And then you have the smaller dies that are all going to sit and nest inside. So you can work your way through the dies, use whichever ones you want. Don't even have to use the large ones. As I said, you could use just the smaller ones if you wanted to. Now this, I've got a feeling this might be one of Christina's favourites because we've got quite a few gorgeous cards with this that she's sent in. A5, these ones, I mean, they're absolutely huge. And the weight of this is a mahoos. Look at this. Look at the size of that die. Beautiful. Now, if I remember rightly, I did actually use a lot of these in my A5 cutting machine. So I think the only ones, if anything, no, I think they all did fit. I think the circle and the octagon would only just. I will try and measure those during Christina's demonstration videos for you, just to double check. But I think you can use your A5 cutting machines with certainly most of these. We do always have the measurements, by the way, of the largest die in the pack on the website. So if you're ever worrying about will these dies fit through my machine, you can always check the descriptions there. So look at these, absolutely stunning. Do you know what? Christina does an amazing job, but I think anybody, whether you are new to crafting or been crafting 20 years, I think you could do these whatever level you are at, because simply if you can die cut, which most of us can now with machines and how advanced they are, I think you could put these together. I mean, Christina's cards are stunning, but I think what I love is she gives us videos. She shows us exactly how to use them. Aren't they? That black and white is phenomenal. It's so pretty. So that's your A5, one of the larger ones. Then we've got our ovals. Now, this is one I did show you a sneak peek at earlier. So the oval has got 6 dies in it. You've got the larger oval, the smaller oval. It fits absolutely beautifully inside the 5x7 as well, as you can see there. And it would also do the same on the A5 that we were just looking at, as would the, I mean, if you look here, we've actually got there, I know this is completely going off piece, but you've got the A5 in the background, then the 5x7, and then the ovals on top. They all layer. If you want a real wow factor card, maybe that's the way to do it. Start layering some of these up. Yeah, black and white. What everyone's saying, wow, black and white. That's phenomenal. Sue says she loves A5 because you can get more on the page. Heather says stunning collection. Yeah, absolutely. Debbie Main says they're so beautiful. They really are. Snuffy Snoo. I love that name. By the way, I'm looking on YouTube. That's why I'm getting funny names through now. Wow, they're all so beautiful. They really are. And Pooja agrees with me. The octagon has to be her favourite so far. Now, what I love about this one, very much like the octagon. No, yes, it was the octagon that I showed you, where Christina's taken the smaller die, the smaller element in the set, and used those, lined them up, whether it may be looping them between each other or how layering or side by side, to create a completely different look of card. But again, you've got that detail in there, haven't you, and all that intricacy. And then there's one that I created, again incorporating the clever cuts, a simple black oval with a beautiful lacy detail and a white silhouette of a flower on the top. So it just adds that little bit of something extra special, doesn't it? Let's put these on top so it all looks neat and tidy. And lastly, just one more, and I have mentioned this a couple of times, the 5x7. So the 5x7 is a beautiful size. All of these can be used horizontally or vertically. You can map them onto a square card, or you can use them to actually make the shaped edge card, because you can have those solid centers to support them. Do you know what? There's so much scope with this collection, and when you look, most of you have probably already got dies that are in your stash, and you've got your circle dies, your square dies, your rectangle dies, but I'd imagine the first ones you ever bought were straight edges, were just your plain ones, just your nesting dies. These are a massive step up from those. They're going to layer on top of those. You can absolutely mix and match them all, but these are absolutely beautiful. They're unique. There's something very different, and they are just taking your crafting to that next level rather than having just the straight edges. Okay, so Christina and everybody watching, we're now going to go to the first demonstration. This is so pretty. I think Christina's using one of the rectangle die sets along with the circle, so we'll get to see that in action. Sit back and enjoy that, and when we come back we'll look at some more samples that Christina's made for us and have a chat to her, and I'll tell you all about the giveaway as well. So everybody enjoy this.
Christina from Card Making Magic. So over the last few days I've been using the Elegant Nestables, and I've tried to add a video using all the different styles in the collection. So today I'm going to use the 5x7 Elegant Nestables, and I'm going to team it with the circles one. I'm also going to use a happy birthday sentiment there and a little stamp for the inside of the card. And some of the panels are going to be embossed in the Perfect Flourish embossing folder. So my colour scheme for this card is going to be Craft Card and Cream. Now Craft Card is not something I use a lot of, but I thought it would make a nice change from all the different colours that I've used, just to stick to something that's a little more neutral. So I have myself a top folded 5x7 card in Craft Card, and then for the largest die I've cut 2 bases in Cream. Now one is going to sit on the inside of the card and the other one will be on the front. Now I'm also going to emboss both of these panels in the Flourishes folder. So once I've done that, I can flat glue both pieces, one to the front and one to the inside. So once you've done that, just pop it on one side to dry, and then with your circle dies you're going to take this one, and I have cut this twice, once in craft and once in cream. I've taken the next one down and I've cut that twice, again once in craft and once in cream. And then I've taken this one and I've done exactly the same with this, one in craft and one in cream. Now they're going to layer up alternately so that we can then add these to the card, but we're not going to add them just yet. So that can go along there, and that one can go there, and that can go there. Now one's going to sit on the front, the other's going to go inside. So with your base card, you've got the inside done and the front. Take your scoreboard and we're going to measure down on the front flap 2 inches. So we'll put that on the 2-inch mark and we'll keep it nice and straight and we'll cut through that. There we go. So now we have this flap at the bottom and we have that flap at the top. Now we need to trim this one down, but we don't want to trim it down any more than will fit this. So that's going to sit on there, or rather this one's going to sit on there. So we need this to line up with the bottom as it should do, and then we're going to trim it down, say to this rose here. So there's our piece that we've trimmed off. Now this is going to line up again with the bottom. There's the top flap, and then with this piece we're going to glue this in place so that it joins those 2 flaps together. And once you've done that, this is what your panel will look like. So once you have that in place, your card will stand very neatly, and that will open up ready for you to put something inside. But we're going to finish decorating the front first. So we're going to take these alternate colours and we're going to add these to the front of the card. So with the front done, take your happy birthday and your craft card. Now if you look at this, it's darker on one side than it is on the other, and we've used the lighter side. So for the sentiment, I'm going to use the darker side, and I'm going to cut this a few times and stack them together for the front of my card. So I've cut my happy birthday 3 times and stacked them together. And now that I've done it, I don't like that at all. It doesn't show up very well on that card. So I've cut another one in cream and I'm going to add that to the top. That's better. There we go. Now then, that can be added to the top of the card, and I'm much happier with that than I was with the darker one. Now once you've done that, allow that to dry, and then you can open up the card and you're going to take the other piece and you're going to line the pattern up with the pattern that's there on the front. So once you've done that, now you're going to add glue to the wrong side, and once you've done that, you can close your card up, and that now will stick to the back. Before I add these 2 pieces, I want to choose a stamp, and I'm going to choose this one from this collection, and this is the A5 Sentiment Stamp Set 2, and I'm just going to take this. Beautiful destinations are often hidden away by bumpy roads, and I know that that will fit inside there, so I'm going to stamp and clear emboss that for the inside of my card. So now with the sentiment stamped, we can open the card up. We can pop this into the middle there, and then we can add this to that piece. And then once that card's closed up, all that will be hidden by the decoration on the front. So now we've got to this piece. The interesting bit for me comes in adding the decoration. Now I've taken the rose flourish and I've taken the large leaf set and the little twigs, the little sprigs, and I've cut those out. So I've cut them out with my craft card, and I've turned it over and used the darker side. I've cut the little sprigs in silver, but I've also been looking through my stash, and do you know, I have so many pretty things that I don't use, and I should do really. So I found this gunmetal mirror card, and from the little sprigs I've cut some of these flourishes in the cream and the gunmetal. So what I'm going to do is have a dry run and add these to my card and see where I like them, and then I shall go away and glue them in place. So I've chosen to use autumn colours in my card, and I've also found some little champagne bling, little pearls that I'm going to add to the card as well. So I'm going to add these in with a hot glue gun. And then once I've added these flowers in, I will tuck the leaves in around the actual flowers themselves. So we'll have this one tucked in along there, and we'll have another one tucked in along this side, and that will just tuck into that glue that's there. And then we'll start adding in these silvery ones, these gunmetal ones. So we'll add that in along there. And we'll add a smaller flower along the bottom there. So now it's just playing to see what you like and where you like it. And we'll add this one along there with another gunmetal tucked in there. So once you've got your flowers in place, take your glue and just dot some glue onto the petals. And then all I'm going to do is just sprinkle some glitter to the top of these petals. And then we can add in the pearls in the spaces where we need just that little bit more. Now once this glue is dry, it will dry clear, it will dry flat, you won't see any of the glue at all. All you will see is the sparkle from the glitter. Now set it on one side to dry, and once it's dry you can take a soft brush and clean all that extra glitter off. And if you have any spider's webs from the glue, can you see them there? All you need to do is take your hot gun to that and it will dissolve all that glue. There we are, all gone. And now when that's dry we can start to add in some of the pearls. Now into all these little berry pieces I'm going to add a pearl. Now this might be a little bit extravagant to some card makers, but I've always been a more is more kind of card maker, and I just never know when to stop. And so I'm adding all these little pearls in, and I've done it to all of the berry parts, to the sprigs, and that will just finish off my card to the extent that I like it to be finished. And then once it's done, there we have a beautiful card front. We've got rid of all the glue strings on it. That will stand up. I'll take some photographs and I'll add them at the end, but I'm quite happy with that card, with the glitter and the flowers and the pearls. The only thing that's missing is the ribbon. So the items that I've used to create this card are both dies from the Elegant Nestables. One is the circles, the other is the 5x7. I've used a stamp from the stamp set, I've used a die cut sentiment, I've used the leaves from the Rose Flourish, and I've embossed two of the panels in the folder. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
Isn't that absolutely stunning? And in fact, it has inspired me to give you a different sort of question for this week's competition. So we are going to be giving away 3 of these sets. Now, we have kind of decided which sets they'll be, but if you are a winner and there's certainly 3 you'd prefer, definitely let us know when you send us your address. So if you want to be our winner, all I'd like you to do, whether you are on Facebook or on YouTube, is just comment what is your favourite colour combination, because Christina used the most stunning combination there of a sort of ivory or cream and craft, and I just think it worked so well, but it's not a combination I would usually think to put together. So what is your favourite colour combination? Get telling everybody. You can now obviously enter more than once, and I will randomly pick somebody either from Facebook or from YouTube towards the end. I will let you know as well towards the end of another way you can enter later on if you're not today's winner. I'll be announcing that really in about sort of 20 minutes or so, so you've got a few minutes to get your colour combinations in. Right, now Christina, you've been waiting ever so patiently in the background. Hello, my love. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks. I'm okay. Can I just show you this?
Yes.
This was a colour combination that I added in a video, and I put it on YouTube the other day, and I thought, I don't really like this. I'm not too sure about this.
Really?
But it's got so many comments. It's been unbelievable. And it's black. It's black with a blue mirror card.
Wow, that is stunning.
Both of these have had some beautiful comments about them.
They
Can you see the mirror card on them?
Yeah, they are gorgeous. Well deserved. I mean, yeah, maybe it wasn't your first choice, but definitely really eye-catching.
No, but it's an unusual choice that, you know, might make somebody think, well, I'll try a different colour. And
Definitely.
This is a 3-fold card.
Oh, wow. So because that's the DL, is that just an A4 sheet of cardstock in the back?
Yes, it is. That's the DL and that's the slimline.
Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Which of the 8 shapes, Christina, is your favourite?
Oh, the 5x7.
Is
the 5x7 and the ovals, they work so well together.
Yeah.
And somebody's mentioned there, the A6 is very difficult to get hold of. Well, all I can say is watch this space.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Not one to drop hints, but you know,
No,
maybe.
I'm not dropping hints, but just watch this space.
Watch this space. So there we go.
Yeah.
If you do like your smaller cards, which I just think they are absolutely beautiful.
And
Yeah.
what you said about the A2 size, let me get this one. This is using the A2 and creating a complete card.
Beautiful.
This is using the A2 just as a border, and I've just woven some ribbon around it.
Oh, wow.
And this one is using the A2, but adding it to a 5x7 shaker card.
That sits in there so perfectly.
So you've got, and you can do this with all the sets. They will all make complete cards. They'll all make frames. They'll all make shakers. They'll anything you want them to. So, you know, once you've chosen your favorite shape, just play.
Absolutely. Just play. Now, the next demonstration we're going to see from you, Christina, is one that's up on your blog. Now, I know you've told me you've put lots of videos up on your blog. You do very regularly.
I have this week. I've tried to use every one of these dies and show what they will do, either on their own or together.
There we
and
go.
I've used lots of different colours, and that's why I thought the black and the blue would be different, and the one for today with the craft card, because I've got lots of craft card and I never use it.
No, it's not. I mean, you wouldn't think of use brown, really, would you, for a card? But you know, it is a beautiful material. So, what is, just in case anybody hasn't come across your blog yet and would like to go and have a look later, what is the website or address?
The blog is Flowers, Ribbons and Pearls.
There we go.
And my website is cardmakingmagic.com.
There we go. So you can pop either of those into a search engine and she'll come up. Christina will come up quite quickly because you're ever so popular, my love, aren't you?
I put like a bad penny.
She's always there. Bless it. No, we love seeing you. So we've got this other demonstration. As I say, this one is on your blog, but it is still relatively new and it's using the new collection. So should we take a look at that and then we'll come back and choose a winner for these die sets?
Okay.
We'll see you in a bit.
Hey everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. Today I'm working with the Elegant Nestables collection again, and today I'm going to be using the A5 and the DL. So I'm going to make one of each cards and then I'm going to combine the two dies together and make a third card. So for these cards I want my colour scheme to be grey and white, but I don't have any grey card like this. So what I've done is I've taken my iced spruce and some plain white card, and I've just taken this and gone direct to the card with the ink, and I've gone all over it. Now once you've done that, you will need to allow that to dry, and once it's dried it will go a flatter shade. So that's the card that I'm going to use for my colour scheme today. Now using that technique of going direct to the card with the ink, and this is just plain white card, I can create any colour that I want depending on the inks that I've got that will go with my colour schemes. So for my cards I have an A5 base and I'm keeping the fold at the side. I have a DL card and again the fold is at the side, and then because I'm going to combine the two sets together I have another A5 card that's there. So for the base of this A5 one I've cut some grey card, but because I'm going to cover it with this die and I'm going to cut this in white, I've taken the centre out of it with this die. So there's my piece that will go there, and nobody will know that there is a piece missing once that's added in place. So with the piece that I cut out underneath, that will sit on the top. Now for this DL card, I've taken the largest DL die and I have cut that in grey, and that's going to sit on the top of there. And for this card I have a grey panel which I'm now going to put through the machine in an embossing folder. So I've used the Perfect Roses embossing folder, and that's my card, and that's now going to sit on the top of there. Now with the largest die from this set I've cut another panel, but this time I've cut it down, and I'm only going to use a portion of it on the front of my card. So there's my bases now ready to be added to. So let's carry on with the die cutting for this card. I'm going to add this piece, and I want grey on the back of it, so I've cut another grey piece. I've taken the next die down, which is this one, and I've cut the centre out, and nobody will know again once that's added that that is missing. And then from these two dies I have just cut my grey backing and my white top, and that is those. So for these I'm going to add this to my base with just some glue. But we'll just put the glue on around the sides. And that's going to leave just a small border around the edges. And then this one I'm going to add with some foam tape underneath it. Now with this one I'm going to add this grey panel also to the centrepiece. And we'll add that in there, again leaving just a small border around the edge. Now these two are going to have foam tape on the back of them. This one around the frame, this one along here, and these two have just been glued together. So let's add some foam tape to these, and then we can add these to the card. Now we're going to add this at an angle on the front of that card. Now don't worry about this piece, this won't be seen. So we'll press that down in place. We'll put some foam tape on the back of this, and then we can add this to the card also. And now we can add this to the top, and again no one will know that there is a piece missing out of there. Now then with this one we're going to add this at an angle as well, but I'm making sure that the 2 points at the bottom attach, and I'm going to put some foam tape under this corner and under this piece so that it will just lie steady. So I have some organza ribbon here, and before I add this panel to my base I'm going to wrap a piece of this around the card. So we'll just fasten it on the back so that it can't be seen. We can add all this to the base card. And that would sit along there. Now I need to add a bow into this, and then we can dress that with some flowers when we've done the other cards. Now for the DL card I've just cut all the different layers in alternate colours, and all these white panels I'm going to put through an embossing folder, and we'll use the roses one again because I really do like this. So we can put all these in there at the same time and we can emboss those all together. So once you have these, you have an embossed side and a debossed side. So you need to decide which side you like the best. And I'm going to just simply layer these onto the other grey panels. And then I can add some foam tape behind each panel. Now I have found some really thin ribbon in my stash, and I'm just going to weave it in and out of these half circles on this middle piece. And I'm going to do that until I've got right to the end and it's all done. So we're just going up and down to the end. So once we've done that, we can add a little bit of foam tape to the back and we can just pop that in place on the front of the card and then glue this one in place on the top. So I've decided to add this one in with some foam tape as well, and that's just going to sit into the middle of this panel, and then all this can be glued in place either with foam or with glue to the back. And again, I think we'll add this with some foam tape. So just going into the centre bits and adding foam tape to the back just gives this a nice shadow when it's sat on the base card. So we'll take the backings off and we'll just pop this in place. There we go. Now you can use that landscape, portrait I should say, or landscape. It's entirely up to you, whichever way you want to use that. So I think we'll use this in landscape, and we'll create a little bow that's going to sit on one of the corners. So there's 2 cards ready for decorating. Now let's start on the third one, and this again is the A5 nesting set. So I've used the largest die there to create this, and I've simply cut it into a portion. Now, as I said to you earlier, we've embossed this, and this is the Perfect Roses embossing folder. I'm keeping the fold at the side, and I'm going to add this along there. Then into that I'm going to put the grey panel, and then I've taken the centre one from the DL, and that's going to sit along there, and that will be trimmed off once I've added these in place. So I've flat glued this to my base. I've got some foam tape under this one. I've flat glued the grey one, and I have foam tape under this. Now before I add this to my card, I've got some grey ribbon, and I'm just going to add this so that it sits alongside that panel there and just butts up with the edge. So once I have the ribbon in place, I can add this to my card front. Now the foam tape will keep this raised, so it gives a nice lacy effect on the card, and with the rest of the grey ribbon I'm going to create a bow that will sit along this side. So instead of a bow, I'm going to add this design. So I've taken a length of ribbon and I've folded it and glued it into the middle, and this one is a little bit shorter, and I've done the same, and I'm going to glue these onto my card along here, and then find a design that will sit in the middle, just to a little dazzler to just decorate that up. So for the sentiments, I've decided to go with Just For You from the Butterfly Trails collection. That goes there. I've taken the congratulations, and I've used parchment for the backing on both of these, and that's from the Thoughtful Words. And then I've taken Happy Birthday, and I've changed the orientation of that. I'm going to use it in landscape, and that's from the Special Words collection, and they're going to be added to the card and then I'll decorate with flowers. So now comes the fun part, and we'll have the dry run first. So for this one I'm going to add in some colour, and I'm going to use this gypsophila, and we'll add this along there, and then at the bottom we'll add in the 3 yellow roses. Now for this one I'm again going to use the long stems, and I'm going to put these along the bottom there, and then we'll dress the top of this with some white flowers that have black centres in them, and we'll add another one just there. And then for this one I'm going to use the long stems again, because I really do like these long stems, and I'm going to add white roses and another little blossom there, and then we'll add some tulips down this side along there, and I'll glue those in place with some hot glue, and then we'll add the glitter to make them sparkle. So in my crafty stash I've found some pearls that I've added to my cards. I've also found a little yellow butterfly that I'm going to add onto that card there, and then I will glitter up my flowers by dotting some glue to the petals and then just sprinkling with the glitter. So once the glue is dry, it will dry flat, it will dry clear, and then all you need to do is take a soft brush and just brush off the excess. So there are my 3 finished cards, all decorated with flowers, ribbons and pearls. The main items that I've used for these cards are the A5 Elegant Nestables. I've used the DL Elegant Nestables on this card, and then I've teamed them both together on this card. I've taken sentiments from the other die sets that are in different collections, and they now are all ready to send. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one, and why not subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, then you'll always be aware when I add a new video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
What a stunning set of cards. Now, that's what I love about Christina's demonstrations, and that's why you should join us for every launch we do, because she very often will take 1 set, 2 sets and create more than 1 card in her video. So you're really getting lots and lots of inspiration. I remembered the word inspiration with every video. Now, Christina, we're going to come back to you because you're still there. She's still in the background.
Yeah, I'm still here. Needing a coffee break.
Oh, I could do with a coffee. Where's my invite? Yeah. So we need to pick a winner. I've had a quick scroll through it towards the end of the video. We're going to send out these. So what is your absolute favourite colour combination of all?
Mine
is
I like anything with pink in it. There are fabulous suggestions though from other people. And I'm certainly going to take some of these away and put them together. I love the purple and silver idea and the teal and white. Yes. So yeah, I'm going to have a go with some of these. But my personal one is pink and white. Very pale pink, white.
Right, so quite a subtle, not too much contrast or anything there. Nice and soft.
Well, this one that I've done, it's like a creamy gold, but that's teamed with a pale pink.
Oh, it's almost like a pearl colour, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
beautiful.
You can see it there.
That is so pretty. And which is that using the 5x7?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the 5x7.
Of course it is. I wonder how many of those you've made or are going to make in the future. That's the beauty of this collection.
I love 5x7 size. A5 is perhaps just a wee bit too much space for me.
Yes.
And A2 is a wee bit too less space. But the 5x7 is perfect. It's my favourite size. I can dress that up anywhere I want. And I love playing with that size.
But I suppose with the A5, you could score one down the middle and fold it to create almost an A6 card base as well, couldn't you? If that's a bit big for people, if people prefer smaller cards.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is an A5 size, but nothing to stop you from cutting that die cut out and then cutting it in the middle and putting them on different sides.
Absolutely.
You can also cut that down to make an A2 card, or like you say, or the 5x7.
Yeah.
You can work and play with any one of these die sets and make it do what you want it to do. You can even stretch the A2 out an A5 if you want to.
Of course, absolutely, yeah, really quite easily. Just get snipping and sticking. So I have a winner to announce, but what I'll do is I'll come back to myself there and I'll do the last little sweep up of housekeeping and things. So Christine, I'll let you go and have, I suppose it's lunchtime, is it now?
Yeah, it will be. It's time as well.
There we go.
Ruby's being very patient.
She's being very good. She's very quiet today, bless her.
She is.
Well, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for bringing us another lovely collection. And we'll see you presumably in a month or two again.
You certainly will.
Thank you, Christine. You take care.
And you. Bye-bye, everybody. See you again.
Bye-bye. It's funny when we have guests and they say goodbye, everybody. I feel like I have to speak for you all since I see all the comments say bye. So we have a winner. Yes, I have randomly chosen someone in front of me on the screen. This is actually a name I don't think I've mentioned before as a winner. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And I've not seen your name too many times. Maybe you're a new watcher. It's on Facebook, and she says, I love turquoise and a darker shade of turquoise. Also love purple and lilac. And that's Claire Louise Club on Facebook. So congratulations to you. You get to receive 3 of these die sets. If you have a preference, do just let us know when you email in with your address. Now you need to email customerservice@craftstash.co.uk. Let us know your name, what you've won, so the card Making Magic Elegant Nestables from the live on Friday, and of course your postal address, and the team will sort those out for you. Congratulations to Claire Louise. Don't know if it's a double barrel name, but congratulations to you. Now, I did say, everybody, if you are not today's winner, there is another chance to win another 3 sets we've got put aside for somebody. And you need to enter that by going onto the Facebook page and joining our group. It's CraftStash Chat. If you're not already a member, you can simply kind of apply to join. You just ask to join, and I think there's a question there you answer. Very, very easy, crafty question, and we'll let you in and you can come and enter the competition there. Again, we'll give you a week for that, so don't worry if you're watching this on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you're catching up and you think you've missed it. You haven't. We'll keep that open until next Friday, which will be the 18th, I believe, and then we'll contact you. And I did see that somebody's just been contacted. Was it Debbie Main? I think you were just contacted recently to say you'd won Clever Cuts. Did I read that right? I hope I'm getting that right. Congratulations to you as well. Winners everywhere. So that is the launch of Elegant Nestables. Congratulations to all of you. And I will be back next week. We've got some more fantastic launches next week as well. We've got Sheena on Friday, and I believe Sam will be launching a CraftStash exclusive on Wednesday. So keep an eye out for those. Join the events when they come up so you don't miss the notifications. I will see you all very soon. Have a fantastic crafty weekend, everybody, and I'll speak to you Monday.